All right, so for our educational tool, we chose Microsoft PowerPoint. We chose Microsoft PowerPoint because it is a staple in the education society today. It is a presenting educational tool with many compatible features such as immersive reader and text-to-speech. It also has in-app applications which are the easy accessibility to charts, graphs, videos, etc. The rationale for our selection of this was Microsoft PowerPoint is universally available, at least for the basic version. It is easy to use, highly visual, and it's easy to use in the fact that you are able to put in videos, themes, pictures, all that can or charts, and all of that can be based off of what your curriculum is covering. And it also is very easy to add text into it, and it's a good guide for a teacher when giving a lecture. The required classroom tech for Microsoft PowerPoint would most likely be computer access to work on the Microsoft PowerPoint and also revise it, add all the content to it. A projector or smartboard is required in order to present it to the students of the class. We were using a projector today. And reliable internet. You would not want your PowerPoint lagging or having trouble accessing links and stuff like that. That kind of would stray away from the point of your lesson, and students might get distracted. The best learning styles that Microsoft PowerPoint covers is visual, logical learners, and verbal learners. The reason we said visual learners is because they would like reading the charts and graphics off of the PowerPoints, and it also makes it very easy to see video demonstrations potentially too of the content depending on the class. Logical learners, they respond well to graphs, charts, and other visuals. So basically another version of or a similar version of a visual learner. And verbal learners will be listening to this lecture. For example, the lecture I'm giving right now. They would be able to retain knowledge, and then if they also have a background of visual learning aspects, they also will see the PowerPoint that is being presented, and then it kind of is like a double reinforcement of that. These teaching standards that are addressed by this is teaching standard 4, 6, and 7. Teaching standard 4 is the teacher understands and uses a variety of instructional strategies to encourage students in the development of critical thinking, problem solving, and performance skills. Standard 6 is the teacher uses effective verbal and nonverbal communication techniques. The verbal technique would be proper and professional speech when giving a lecture, and their nonverbal communication techniques would be their ability to use the PowerPoint and immerse it into their content, not just reading off of the slides. It would be more of just looking at the points, being able to come up with 5 minutes-ish of content based on how much they have on their slides. And then standard 7 is the teacher organizes and plans systematic instruction based upon the knowledge of the content, subject matter, students, the community, and curriculum goals. This basically covers that when you make your PowerPoint, it's very easy to include your content area into the PowerPoint.
PowerPoint PowerPoint can be a great tool for teachers to use, especially when you are organizing or sharing your thoughts that to the class. It can be visually effective for students. By the end of the session, you will know how to navigate PowerPoint's interface, create and design slides, add text, images, and multimedia, use transitions, and deliver polished and professional presentations for your students. Okay, so first start off the basics, make a slide. Yeah, go to home, click the home button over here. See this little square with green box, add a slide. And then for your title slide, you know, click on it, type whatever your title wants to be. Also, if you don't like that, you can also pick Control Z to go back, or backspace. So click on the little tab on the side. You can use different layouts depending on your content, like title, context, or comparison on pictures with captions, depending on what you want your lesson to be about. And, you know, type whatever, press enter, do bullet points, stuff like that. To build a presentation, you start with obviously, so to add text, you just, you know, click the box, type whatever, and press enter. And then use this little click home button, has as many features that you can change the, like, font, like size of font, you know, whatever you want. You can also change, go to this A, go to this A, little red underneath, change the color, your font. You know, you can also, to insert pictures or videos, you go to insert. And then you can go to pictures, like you can picture download on your device or something. And you click on it, or you can also do videos, or you could get a little extra to put shapes into your slides, like, cool. And then you can also change the color of the square, and type into it if you want it. And then, but make sure you don't go overboard with the like charts and videos, because sometimes it's a little too much. Transitions are effective between slides. If you go under the tab transition, you got different ones like cut, you can do a cut, thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Up to that line. And then don't do too many different transitions in the PowerPoint, because that's just distracting for your students. Use animation. Put in whatever animations you want on your slide, like whatever will be appealing to your students' needs. Also, you can also leave comments, like, for teachers. Or if you're feeling exotic, you can also draw on the sides. That's also fun. insert charts, stuff if you're like teaching to a science class or something, there's different types of charts and stuff. Once your slideshows are ready, you click present your slides. Yeah, go through your slides and whatever. And use the arrows to go back and forward, or space bar if you want. And a bonus step, press B during show to black out the screen. It's great for refocusing attention on you instead of your slides. And your slides that are supporting you not to replace you, so don't rely completely on your slides. Speak to your audience, make eye contact. Use slides as a visual comparison, or to make your message like especially for visual learners, that I'm just getting lectured at is not going to get your point across with sometimes slides, especially PowerPoint can help you aid or get your point across. PowerPoint can help diverse learners by offering visual aids, catering to different learning styles and promoting interactive learning experiences, like putting videos on YouTube or something, or pictures, charts, whatever. It can also enhance accessibility for students with disabilities through features like text accessibility and templates, or they also have immersive reader that reads the slides for you, especially for people that students that struggle with reading. They also have the zoom in features for students that have trouble seeing. You can zoom in as well. And yeah, that's how you use PowerPoint effectively to help your students, especially diverse students.
So now I will talk about how we use PowerPoint in one of our lesson plans. The lesson plan we chose was the overview of World War II. I'll walk you through how I will use PowerPoint to support each part of this lesson, from activating prior knowledge to informing and engaging students. So to start with the opening of the lesson, before jumping into the war itself, I would review prior knowledge by bringing up questions from World War I. Like, how did the Treaty of Versailles, meant to prevent future wars, actually contribute to the rise of conflict in World War II? Or what role did economic instability, like the Great Depression, play in paving the way for authoritarian leaders like Hitler to gain power? You could also add visuals, like images of the Treaty of Versailles, or the economic crash, or even propaganda posters from the 1930s. Images or cues could further jog memories to generate even more discussion. Now, when introducing new material, PowerPoint really shows its strength. For example, to explain the major battles of World War II, like D-Day, Battle of Stalingrad, Battle of Bulge, and Pearl Harbor. I would use maps like this to show movement and how the battles took place, and also the location of where it took place. And then having some text on the side, little description of the battle. You could also add timelines of the battles if you want to go more in depth. By animating maps or layering information like this, you are making sure that the class is focused on what you want them to be focused on, instead of getting ahead or getting overwhelmed by any information. And this also helps them to not just see the location and the date, but to also take it in more. When discussing alliances, like the Axis and the Allied powers, I would simply use visuals that compare both side by side, or in this case, top and bottom. This kind of clear structure and layering again helps make sure that the class is focused on what you want them to be. And having a clear structure like this helps them memorize what countries are in what alliance, rather than reading a textbook about dates and when each country joined and why. As we move to key figures of the war, like Roosevelt, Churchill, Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler, and Tojo, I will dedicate a few moments to each one, using PowerPoint to display a portrait of each and a little bio with a quote. Again, you could also do the timelines of their life or their choices if you want to go more in depth. Small touches like these make the leaders seem more realistic and more relatable. It gives students the chance to dive into more than just names and dates. They gain insight into personalities, perspectives, choices, and leadership styles. One of the most important parts of this lesson is helping students understand the impact of the war. So here PowerPoint can convey complex ideas through data visualizations. You could have charts like pie graphs or bar charts, or just simply having the numbers up there can help the information weigh into students, rather than just saying a lot of people died and there was a lot of destruction. Showing the statistics shows students just how many people died and how much destruction there really was. For the last part, I would have more questions to review after the lesson. This would work as a formative assessment. So you could ask questions like, how might the outcome of World War II have been different if the United States had not entered the war? Or what lessons from World War II do you think are still relevant today when it comes to leadership propaganda and the treatment of civilians during conflict? And as I said, this would work as a formative assessment, checks for understanding without needing to break the lesson's flow or leave the PowerPoint to go to a different tool. And then to close, I would display the homework assignment on the screen, a short paper where students theorize the consequences of World War II in preparation for the next lesson. You could frame it more creatively, like posing a question of what might the world look like today if the Axis powers had won, or how do we still feel the effects of World War II in our world now? By tying it back to their lives, you make history more relevant to them. And then, though it may not be shown to the student directly, I would ensure that my PowerPoint aligns with educational standards, such as Wisconsin standards for historical analysis, cause and effect, and connecting past events to the present. This helps ensure that the lesson meets both academic and developmental goals.
In conclusion, to summarize everything that we covered, Some of the key benefits of using Microsoft PowerPoint is the engagement factors of it. Going quickly through that, the visual reasons, auditory reasons, and for logical learners as well. Basically all the charts, graphs, talking, all that to sum it up. The organization is another big benefit of that. It is very easy to save these all in a drive or just to your computer, and it's very easy to organize and manage slides if need be. Another key benefit is the differentiation of it. As said, there's a lot of learning styles that are covered by it, and when using other activities like immersed into the PowerPoints and such, it covers an even broader range of learning styles and techniques and different diverse learners, which in total is very beneficial for a everyday classroom. Its impact on diverse learners is things such as the adjustable font sizes, being able to draw shapes, texts, all that such in. The immersive reader is very beneficial with us just more or less scratching the surface on some of the features that you can cover with that. And the screen reader compatibility. There's a lot of other apps that are compatible with Microsoft PowerPoint that make it a very easy app to use and very easy for other learners to learn from a PowerPoint slide. Some assessment strategies of Microsoft PowerPoint and its effectiveness in the classroom. We said it would be, if you were in the classroom giving it to students, exit slips, which are short responses summarizing what you learned, and just using that for Microsoft PowerPoint, it would help show the retention of knowledge from seeing a PowerPoint. Quizzes on this, multiple choice testing, basically a similar way of testing to see how well content is retained from the slides. And then a student survey also. I know personally in my classes they have asked us directly when using a new technology what we thought of it, whether it was thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down, scale 1 to 10. I think just asking the students directly what they think of it. Obviously every student has a different preference on how they would want to learn, but this is something that you can change. It's very easy to change your PowerPoints to match other certain students if needed. Overall, we gave this tool rating a 5 out of 5. We found it highly effective, user-friendly, and flexible through compatible apps. And going back to like how it was highly effective and user-friendly, it's highly effective and we've seen it in pretty much everyday college classrooms. There's a lot of different teachers that use PowerPoints, and it is very user-friendly because we have seen, or I have personally seen people who definitely are not the most technically sound being able to figure this out very simple or very easily, and there's a lot of tutorials out on the internet to use. That is all we have.